Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Barry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now here's Simon. And a foul. Foul called on the way up, so he'll take two from the free throw line.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized. But with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Well, Anthony Simons has credited Damian Lillard for helping him with his development.
Man, B.A., can you imagine every day on the opposite end of Damian Lillard as a young player in this league? Anthony Simons willing to listen and willing to learn, and you see how far his game has come when the reins have been handed over to him.
And it's the Blazers with the ball. Following the score by Atlanta, Simons' shot is good.
Well, Simons, if we got a replay of that, you could see his eyes just get huge there. He had a great chance to finish that one off.
Here's Risa Shea. Young looking around. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Ridiculous handles there. How effective is he at creating opportunities?
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. I told him about DeAndre Ayton came up, and Coach told me once Ayton gets deep, it's too late. We need to find him early and not let him set up down low. Push him out to the line. That's a lot to be pushing around with Ayton being as big as they come, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. Avdia, good.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really playing basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Got it.
And his athleticism is big for sharp in the post. And he can finish with either hand as well. So he'll get a lot of points down low there in his career.
Inside, Risa Shea. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take two free throws now. That's on Anthony Simons.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams, but Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And look at that. The vision is why Trae Young can get you double-digit assists.
And they pick up two.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
It's stolen by Henderson. To the paint. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Whether you're new to the league like Sharp or a veteran, throwing it down, no better feeling. Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Here's Henderson. The Hawks getting their last shot to go. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, even though he's 6'2", Henderson is best attacking on the interior.
Right side Young. Pass to Daniels. Three-pointer. Fires in the triple.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Here's Kamare. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. 6 to shoot. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. And it's Portland with another.
That was a prayer. All luck getting that one to go.
The kick out to Johnson. Lets the three fly. Avdia pulls it in.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
They get it back. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Trailing by 2. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Avdia.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
So it's Portland now. Pass to Ayton. Back to Sharp. Nance pulls down the board.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Young inside. Now man. Got a hand on it. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. It's the Trailblazers. They're up by 2. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
Yeah, getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
A Swiss Army knife talent, LeVert is very skilled at setting the table for his teammates.
And six-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base, extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups says, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. Here's LeVert. Pulls it in from the elbow. Portland with a rebound.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Williams. Left side Walker. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on Caris LeVert. Portland shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. Well, Brent, something we've all noticed lately. Is the small ball era starting to wind down?
Well, B.A., I think in people's minds when you say small ball, they're thinking about 6'1" guys on the court. That's not what we're talking about. It's a skilled game, and I don't think the small ball skilled game is going anywhere anytime soon.
Pass to Simons. And that was hammered home.
The guard rising up, Simons, with some thunder of his own.
Fires from the wing. Here's Niang. Another three for Atlanta.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Simons with it. He has 6. Walker for 3. Knocked. Down the triple. Walker's got 5.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Daniels. He's got 6. Driving inside. Here's Nance. And Nance with the slam.
Rolling with some momentum. Nance Jr. lane inside. He's going to take it.
Here's Benton. No points yet. Grant outside. Here's Benton. Back to Grant. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Grant at 6'9", using that length right there. A nice soft touch in close to the rim.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
Now here's LeVert. Niang, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Benton. Here's Grant. Back to Benton. Over LeVert. Benton can't get it to go. Hawks trail by 3. Pass to Daniels. From deep. Niang, that's good. Niang's got 6 points in the quarter.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
And Atlanta making a change here. And out of bounds, Atlanta will have it. There's 49 seconds left in the first half. Man, Brent, when Trae Young is on the floor, his team put up ridiculous offensive numbers. What makes Trae a difference maker?
Well, I think Trae's relentlessness as an offensive player is hard to defend. I mean, he's so quick with the basketball. He gets into the teeth of the defense and causes so many problems, B.A. He sometimes has those stretches where he becomes an offense unto himself.
And a fun fact here, Brent, the Trailblazers' name was actually chosen by the fans.
Oh, that's so awesome, B.A., to remind fans of how it is that Portland got its name. It was an open contest, and they had, I think, over 10,000 entries. And there are a couple other names that we should throw out there. It could have been the Pioneers or the Dubsters. I think they chose wisely. And Trae doing a good job exploring, trying to find those soft spots in the defense.
Drives in. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
Outside Young. Back to man. Right side Young. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Ayton. Here's Avdia. And it's Portland with another.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
No need to rush that play. That's called giving away a possession.
Off the inbound. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And a pretty tight. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Hawks trail by 3. Outside Young. Pass to man. Stolen by Ayton. Now the Blazers on the move. Here's Sharp. Now Avdia. From the arc. He buries it from 3. Avdia's got 9 points. Now here's Young. To the middle. Oh, got a piece of it. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. It's good on the putback. He's got 11.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead, holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
Now here's Young. He's got 6. Nance can't get it to go. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
With the game on the line, Ice Tray is dangerous. And Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I've worked too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. Now here's Avdia. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Kamari. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Nance left side. Stolen by Sharp. Now the Blazers on the move. They get it back. Avdia, right side. Goes back up. Rebounded by Johnson. Hawks trail by 8. Up top, Nance. Right wing. Takes a 3. Nails it from 3.
That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
Daniels, that one's true.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique on his side of the GA. He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition and can get above the rim. So this guy, a bit of a matchup nightmare. Just think when he gets his confidence.
Young can't hit.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening. And what a night for Scoot Henderson. I mean, he's been torching them. Scoot's physical gifts have been too much to him.
Young with the bucket.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
It's Sharp on the wing. Avdia outside. Back to Sharp. Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the long J. Sharp's got 7 points.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
From way downtown, Young.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
That one's good for 2. Got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
To the right side. Outside Young. There's the 3. And Atlanta hits again from deep. Portland leading by 4. Pass to Henderson. Here's Avdia. Oh, it's stolen away. Young with it. Now Sharp defending. Stolen by Sharp. Now the Blazers moving it up. To the left wing. .46 seconds left to play in the third. Now here's Henderson. Clock at 6. Pass to Sharp. There's the triple. That shot off. Hawks trail by 4. And here's Niang. Here's Daniels. Guarded by Sharp. And now we've got an intentional foul. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. 6 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get one up here. Here's Niang. Banked it in off the glass. Niang's got 8.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
At least in the second half they have, and the first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
And the miss. That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so Henderson will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. The lead is 2. Off with the layup. It's stolen by Henderson. Pass to Aiden. And he drops it in from the low post. And the Trailblazers lead by 4. All right, guys, a breakdown here of the hustle stats for Portland.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept often scrambling and resulted in several steals.
Well, something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff, and you got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
The shot by LeVert, no good. Here's Avdia. A few possessions into the fourth, just over a minute played. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Now Johnson. And Aiden pulls it down. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won one NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man in his era.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. And that one's good. Sharp.
And so difficult to defend. Sharp has 3-level scoring ability, and he is prolific.
Pass to Daniels. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising. In a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Here's Rizachet. Outside Johnson. To tie it up. And Aiden pulls it down. Portland leading by 3. And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Avdia left side. Back to Sharp. Just 5 on the clock. Can't get it to fall. Nance outside. And here's Johnson. Over Sharp. Here's Daniels. Can't get it to drop. Here's Kamare. Pass to Aiden. A minute 50 left in the 4th quarter. Aiden gets a double team. Rebounded by the Hawks. Here's Rizachet. And they go to the intentional foul. There's a minute 34 left to play in the 4th quarter. Back to Daniels. Pass to Gay. Shot clock at 6. Here's Rizachet to tie it up. Oh, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Portland leading by 3. Basket counts.
And a fearless shot by the rookie. Henderson saw his chance and took it.
Nance outside. Pass to Daniels. .56 seconds left in the final quarter. Count it! What a beautiful shot! Brings them within 3.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
Here's Ayton. And it's good!
How about a pivotal hoop from DeAndre Ayton?
And Atlanta with possession here. Pass to Sharp. And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Henderson misses. Here's Atlanta with the ball.
And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
Here's Kamara. Nine seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's Asia. Yep, right through the net. 5 ticks left in the fourth. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Trailblazers. So it's Portland picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come.